Dudes, I live in the woods. I'm used to
yeah,
having Packer parties at my house for the last 20 years. I've watched 16 Packer games by myself. This happy hour thing's got to go on.
yeah,
It's got to go on.
yeah. This is
This is the most fun I have. Is now
I've
my Thursday
never-
night. That's
this is the first season where I've ever just sat at home every single week and watched Packer football in front of my TV just by myself, like trying to like high five people. Like,
I know.
Isn't it crazy? It's crazy.
I have a 20-year tradition. I have a sort of a large rectangular living room, and I get up from my chair and I do a little circle around the chairs and couches, high-fiving, and it's no fun when there's no one there to high-five you back. I've tried it. I've tried 16 weeks. I've tried it. It's not fun.
I do love the traditions, though. We have got to be like, I don't know. I've never lived amongst other fan bases besides the Minnesota and Chicago, but we have got to be the most superstitious group of fans on the I'm eating food every week. I have to wear the Devontae Adams jersey. He's undefeated this year. I have to do my halftime thoughts from my bathroom. Like, I'm just like I told my friend I was supposed to go to Duluth tomorrow for winter hiking and just get away and get like, it's been a while since anyone's been able to get away. So me and my friend were like, let's get a hotel. Let's just get out of here for a day.
Yeah.
And all right, we got to leave the hotel by 10:30 because I need to be home in time to get food before the game, and I can't miss kickoff. I gotta get my Devontae. I gotta make sure my Devontae jersey's on. I gotta make sure I eat my food.
Dude, you can't go to Duluth. You can't go to Duluth.
I gotta have my hashtag Go Pack Go train in the morning on game day, and I just like there's all these things I have to do. And then the snowstorm started to come, and my friend was just like, "Yo, we can't drive up to Duluth. They're saying like 8 inches of snow, blustering winds. Duluth. I don't know if you guys either of you.
I know it well.
That is the worst place on the planet to drive in the snow. It's like you're driving up cliff.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Well,
Going from Grandma's is nice on the flats down there, you know where the bars are. Yeah,
Bentleyville's closed down too. I think Bentleyville's closed down already, so you got no Christmas lights anyway.
There you go.
Go to Duluth on Sunday, dude. Go on Sunday.
We canceled and changed it. We're leaving Sunday, coming back Monday. I switched the day off.
Solid.
That's the
and
way.
I was like, she was telling me like, well, is that going to be okay with you? And I'm like, is that going to be okay with me? This is easier for me. We don't have to rush out of there in the morning.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, listen, number one, enjoy that trip, man. Duluth is just a blast.
Yeah, I love it up there. The winter hiking is going to be great. We're going to Gooseberry Falls. It's going to be sweet.
Yeah, I love it up there. I mean, so I did a lot of fly fishing when I was in Minneapolis and did all the rivers up there on the North Shore.
Oh, nice. Yeah. North Shore is so beautiful.
Every one of those rivers, Devil's Creek, Baptism, Carlson, all those rivers they're great. But out of Duluth, man, oh man, the weather that can hit you coming out of there on that highway, you're like, what did I just run into? Out of nowhere.
Props to anyone that can live in Duluth for their lifetime.
Yeah.
Like how do you do it? I had a buddy that went to college there, and he totaled his car because he had to go to work in a snowstorm, and he had to go down one of the big hills.
Yeah.
And it's just like he had to go through one stop sign because he's just like, there's no stopping. I'm not going to stop. And then as he's getting closer to the bottom, he sees at the stoplight, there's a BMW. So he's like, BMW or light pole?
Light pole!
Get out of that light pole. I don't got to pay for the light pole.
Yeah.
Eric, quick. I'll make this extremely fast.
Yeah.
But story, do you remember Kevin Hillier?
Oh, yeah.
Well, old friend of mine, and we were old tequila drinking buddies. And this is 25 years ago. We used to do a Jimmy Buffett thing, Sunday and Monday night on Memorial Day, and then every Sunday night through the summer, and then Sunday night and Monday night on Labor Day, double in, double out. And on one of those Sundays, he meets a young lady friend who's with some friends, and they hit it off. And he says, "Tell your friends to go. I'll give you a ride home. And she said, are you sure? And he said, absolutely, no problem. So her friends leave, and we spend the rest of the night drinking and having fun. And it's about 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, and we're all standing at the bar getting ready to leave. And Kev says, and by the way, where do you live? And she says, Duluth, which is a 2.5 hour drive from Minocqua.
Oh no.
Yeah, so he had to leave about 2 o'clock, drive to Duluth, and get back to work by about 7:30.
Yikes.
Brutal ride.
Yikes. Always ask where they live first.
Yes. Give me your area code, lady. All right, well, listen, have a great Saturday.
You guys as well.
Enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah.
If we win.
No, I will. I'm always tweeting for negative people. Shut up. I'm having fun no matter what.
Yeah. If you want to do it next week, if we're in the playoffs, I'd love to have it and do it again next week.
I'll go every week. We're still in it if you want to do it.
You know what? You talk about being involved in mystery and superstition and all this kind of stuff. We've established this now. With the win, we have to drink. I mean, I have a podcast next Thursday.
Yeah.
Fair
And
enough.
I've got to have my Packers cup of beer.
Happy hour.
Yeah.
I'm like, this thing, I don't even know why I own other cups. I have 2 of these. And they're the only things that ever get any beverage consumed out of in my apartment. I have like 20 cups in my cupboard and they never get touched.
Only stainless.
I don't understand my wife.
Because the glass ones break. That's my problem with it.
Yeah.
Luckily, I got carpet everywhere. So like, the worst case scenario is I got to clean up beer out of the carpet.
Yeah.
So as long as they don't break. I got these as a gift. No idea where I got them. I got asked a couple of times on my halftime thought videos.
Yeah.
I got no idea where they came from. Probably just Amazon. I know the people that buy gifts for me. It's Amazon's the easiest place to get things. But yeah, they got little G's. I don't know if you could see it, but there's even little G's all over.
Yeah.
Oh, the little G's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Good
great.
work.
It's
Right
its workout in my apartment.
Awesome. All right, Sean. Well, you have a great night, man. I appreciate the hell out of you. This was a lot of fun.
This is great. I appreciate you guys. This is so much fun every time. And let's just, plan on next week because we're going to win.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's do it.
Let's
do it.
We have at least 3 more happy hours.
Yes. Cheers to that, boys.
We got to have one after the Super Bowl. Because
otherwise,
otherwise you're jinxing next year.
There's no promise to the level of sobriety if we do one after the Super Bowl. It might even be fun to just have a drunken conversation.
I'm 100%
right after when we're all
100%. I'm 100%
totally in for that as long as it's not being taped. Totally
for sure. Yeah, no, I want it on.
I
want all of it recorded. I want every madness
episode.
I want
like 5 minutes after the Super Bowl.
Yep, dude.
Of us crying together.
Yeah. That's it. Put it in ice, man. Put it in ice.
Man.
Here's the problem with my political aspirations. I don't know if this could be on tape.
Oh Jesus, man.
You're in Wisconsin. No one's gonna question that.
Hey.
I'm talking national, dude.
Yeah, no, I know, but still, no one's gonna question it. They're gonna be like, "Oh, he's a Packer fan from Wisconsin, and it was from when the Packers won the Super Bowl."
You've never seen me drunk. You've never seen me drunk. It's not pretty.
I might overshadow you, and they'll just forget about you when I'm just running around my apartment with my shirt off.
Well, listen, I am going to.
Okay, run the tape. Run the tape.
Next year, I'm not kidding. I mean, we're going back for that Cleveland game, so I want you to put that on your radar, Sean, because if I mean,
that's gonna be a good one too, because they're good now.
Yeah, get your weekend.
Yeah, they are.
Get your weekend free.
I'll put it in the calendar now.
Yeah, I'm gonna rally up some tickets and let's go.
Well, just let me throw this at you. I mean, I'm looking at it and I was saying it sarcastically and trying to be funny, but it is true. I did sort of trick my girlfriend into getting to watch all 4 games this weekend. But you look at the lineup, all 4 of these games, they're all monster games.
Yeah, they're good.
And ours might be the least. And ours might be the least competitive of the whole thing.
It's gotta be. I think they gave I saw some early numbers from the Chiefs Browns game, and I was like, no way you're giving the Chiefs a 10-point favorite in this game. Mahomes hasn't played in 2 weeks, and Baker Mayfield just put up 50 points on the Steelers.
Chiefs are 10 favorites.
No, yeah, the Chiefs
Holy
like at
shit.
one point. I don't know what it is now. That was at like the beginning of the week. I saw a +10 on the site that I bet on. Well, used to bet on until I found out how much of a jinx I am when I bet on football games.
There
You
are
want to know what? You want to know what games I bet on this year? So I bet on the Cowboys to cover the game that Dak Prescott got injured, and then the next time I bet on the Cowboys, I bet on the Cowboys to cover the game that Andy Dalton got injured. I was like, bro, I'm done. I'm done. I quit.
No more.
I can't remember being a little bit of a homer here, but I can't remember when you're talking about divisional round weekend. There are 7 teams that legitimately can easily win. The Rams can't.
Yeah.
They can't
they
beat
can't.
us.
Not
The
in.
other-
If
the
it was
other-
in LA, maybe.
The other 3 games, anything can happen. Cleveland can go into Kansas City and clean them up. Absolutely.
Like,
Buffalo's
no one
playing out of their
scares me.
mind.
No one scares me right now. It's weird to say, and then people are like, "Oh, well, you shouldn't sleep on anyone," and I'm like, "Look, I'm not playing, so I can sleep on whoever I want because I don't affect the game at all, except for as long as I eat my meal, we're winning."
Well, Devontae Adams jersey, Packer glass. There's some other stuff you have to keep.
Yeah,
Don't
but
forget
like,
about the details.
I won't forget about none of that. The halftime thought, the cat meowing in the randomly in the video every single time. And but the Chiefs offense has looked like teams that are not even in the playoffs have started to figure them out. The trick plays just look like too much now, and it just looks like they're trying too much. And I still think we might see the Bills in the Super Bowl out of the AFC.
Absolutely.
That's exactly the team that was the best game I thought last weekend. I enjoyed
Never
that
in my
game.
life have I been so stressed about a game the Packers weren't playing in. I was like sitting on
Right?
the edge of my seat. I'm sweating. I'm
I mean, for the first game,
You're just
I'm
gonna
like-
give him a time. I'm yelling at the TV. You're gonna give him a timeout.
I'm yelling. It might be Phillips' last game of his career, man. Cut him some slack.
Yeah, and I'm not even cheering for either team. I'm yelling at the TV for both teams. I'm like, that's a fumble.
We got to stop this frame by frame replay, man. This is bullshit. It was clearly a fumble.
Like, and they're just like, tried this. I don't know how they didn't call that a fumble. That was a fumble. He never got touched. I don't know what angle they saw where they thought he got touched with his knee on the ground. That was a fumble.
Yeah.
In the same turn, there's no way you can tell me. I understand the challenge that happened right as Phillip Rivers snapped that ball because, like, they said timeout originally, but I understand the rule is that on plays like that, the refs wait right until you snap the ball because of the running clock. So they don't want to, like, stop it 10 seconds and just, like, give the offense that advantage. They're like, we're not going to stop the clock till you're prepared to have the clock stopped because we don't want to give you like a 10-second advantage to get ready at the line of scrimmage when we run the clock again, if that's what we're going to do. So I understand that. The second timeout was called after he snapped the ball, and no one's going to convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, when Phillip Rivers had enough, he like turned to the ref like, what are you talking about? The second time you've done that to me, and both times on first down completions, and I think if they don't get that timeout, they're at least getting that field goal.
Yeah.
What a game that was.
Well, I think that Stefon Diggs being traded away from Minnesota for them to have it does because he's so fucking talented, man.
He's good. I said to my friend today, I was like, the only reason I don't like Diggs is because he torched our defense 2 times a year.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good player. Jeez.
Yep.
I mean, we were really high on him, Eric. We were going, what can we get for him last year? We're like, he's unhappy, man. We could really use him. What can we give? We'll give him everybody, man. We'll give Blake Martinez, everybody.
Like you see on Twitter now all of the joke Allen Robinson to Green Bay tweets.
Oh my
God. That was
God.
me about Stefon Diggs. Like, send the house.
That was 2 years ago. And he chose
He chose the Bears.
We wanted
He
him.
took the Bears. Why? And like then he's trying to play the victim card.
Oh,
And it's like, no, you had the choice.
Yeah,
We offered you the money. It's like the same amount of money basically.
mhm.
And you chose Mitchell Trubisky and Nagy.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with like the Khalil Mack trade. The Khalil Mack trade happened, and I remember that day so clearly where I woke up thinking, holy shit, we're going to get Khalil Mack on our defense. Like, no, we're winning 3 Super Bowls in a row. We're going to have Aaron Rodgers on one side, Khalil Mack on the other. It doesn't make any sense. And then I woke up to the Bears have traded for Khalil Mack, and I'm like, what happened? How did we let that, like, what happened? And then I find out that the Raiders think, oh, well, if we trade him to the Bears, we're going to get a better draft pick.
Yeah.
Bears go 12-4, we go 6-10 with Brett Hundley. And I'm just like, idiot. Now you didn't even get the good draft pick out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's like when Greg Jennings went from Green Bay to Minneapolis. The collective IQ in both towns went up.
Yep. Oh boy, it's just that was a wild one too. I don't know what it is with some of these guys coming out and just pooping on the Packers organization.
I can't listen to him.
And people like take that and then run with it and they say like, well, no one's happy there, all this other stuff. And I'm like, you've heard it from Greg Jennings and Jermichael Finley, and then nowhere else. Everyone else says they loved it. AJ Hawk loved it here, and we kind of kicked. We weren't nice to him when he left. He got the Blake Martinez treatment.
Yeah, he did.
His last couple of years, and he still talks about how great the organization and the fans were, and all these. And I'm like, so if you guys want to listen to Greg Jennings.
So why is it
great?
Why is it that 3 games this year? I mean, does Fox thinks there's somehow currying to the Packer fan base by putting Greg Jennings on broadcasts of Packer games? It's like I'm sick to death of hearing how much better Brett Favre was as a leader than Aaron Rodgers and all the rest of this crap that comes out of Greg Jennings. And it's I don't know.
But not only Packer games.
I'd rather listen to Troy Aikman.
Like, and I don't mind because Greg Jennings came out with an apology this year. And like it seemed kind of fake, but I was like, whatever. Like it's a water under the bridge. You said what you said. You were in Minnesota, so they probably talked you into it, whatever it is, no big deal. Even not Packer games, he is not a good commentator. He's just miserable to listen to. Like he says things and sometimes you're like, I think it was him. There was one game I was watching. It wasn't a Packer game. It was 3rd and 10, and Greg Jennings said, I'd like to see them throw the ball twice into the end zone, and then if they don't get it, and I'm like, what? And then if they don't get it, they don't have the ball anymore. What do you mean? Like, there's no and then at that point. The 2 times, 4th down, first down, other team. What do you mean and then? And he was like, and then they kicked the field goal. No, they lost the field goal by going for it on 4th down, Greg.
Could have been an all-time Packer if he wasn't such a slut.
Well, I mean, the article that Bobby Tonyan wrote for the Athletic or the Players Tribune, that was running around Twitter today. I read that, and it was.
Ooh, I didn't see that one.
Hey,
neither did I.
Go read it because
I will.
It's on the. If you find
one of those that they all come from.
But listen, you're talking about a firsthand story from a player who's coming in, not a first-round pick, not coming with a claim. You're talking about Iowa State, former quarterback turned into a tight end. First guy meets him in the locker room, says hello to him as Aaron. The story progresses to that, but then there's a part of David Bakhtiari in there that is just it's beautiful.
I'm still so sad about David Bakhtiari because like even though like we're obviously good enough at O-line depth, which brings me back to like me just driving home to people that just hate our GMs for whatever reason they want to hate our GMs, and I'm like, this is why we don't draft wide receivers in the first round because we have a top 1 arm talent quarterback in the history of the NFL and we have to protect him at all costs, and we don't need first-round wide receivers. We need 47 offensive linemen just in case.
Yeah.
Because we've got Aaron Rodgers, we got to keep that healthy.
Yeah.
And it's worked out great. I've even said this year, besides like Rashawn Gary's an obvious choice and Darnell Savage for most improved players on the Packers this year, Billy Turner has been one of the most impressive human beings on our football team this year.
Yeah.
And I'm a little biased because his dad comes into my warehouse like once every other week.
Oh, yeah.
It was so funny when it happened because it was 2 years ago that Billy Turner signed with us. And so he had been coming in, and I just like kept hearing his name, and I'm like, Maurice Turner, Maurice Turner, Maurice Turner. And I went home to my dad, who was a big Viking fan, and he's like, oh yeah, he's just some guy that running back for us for a couple of years. He only played for like 6 or 7 years. And I was like, oh, cool. Okay, cool. And then Billy Turner didn't get re-signed by the Broncos. And so I kind of was just like joking around, like, well, we need a tackle. Like, you going to be okay being a Packer fan when we sign Billy Turner? And he was just like, I don't want to hear about it. And he played for the Vikings for the bulk of his career. And then, boom, we signed Billy Turner. And I remember the dad pointed right at him and I said, you're a Packer fan, man. And now he's just great. He loves it. He said that he's said that like his kids' games that he's been to, Lambeau's the best.
Hands down.
He said that Billy Turner just loves the squad and just everyone on it. He said it's the greatest team he's been a part of, just as far as chemistry and he said they go to like the offensive linemen go out to eat dinner together all the time. Well, not this year, but Rodgers takes them out all the time, and just like he's like the way Rodgers just like shows them how much he appreciates what they do for him that you don't get to read in the newspapers.
Yeah.
And in the magazines and all that. Like he took them out golfing in Florida or something like that and bought them all clubs to use if they didn't golf and stuff. And he's just like, yeah, he said Billy Turner loves it here. And I'm just like, that's what you like to hear. That's why we're playing so well now.
Yeah.
Screw the names. You got to be able to put it together as a team.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't come up in the podcast, and not to cast a dark pall on the end of this very fun conversation. But the one thing that scares me is we are now one knee injury, and Wagner's hurt both of his knees in the last 2 games, away from Josh Nijman being a starter on our offensive line. That's the only thing that scares me.
It was rough news to hear about Jared Valdir. So much excitement around signing him, just to find out that he's not available for this week. The one thing I will say though is like if something were like that were to happen, which it won't, knock on wood. But we've got the depth to where we can move guys around, and then if it were to happen with us already winning this game. Because then next week we get Jared Valdir, and then we can work around that. Yeah, hopefully, and technically Jared Valdir would, from what I read, could still play if he passes on Friday.
Next week.
So I thought that someone told me that he could play Saturday if he passes his COVID test on Friday.
No, I think he is out this week, no matter what. And there's a question about the championship game, which we will be playing in.
Okay, so that's the one we're waiting on. Is he could not play next weekend?
So from both of you guys though, so he had one negative test. Now the test that he took yesterday and today, if those are negative as well, I heard the same thing that you heard, Sean. That Saturday he could come in, and then somebody else said there's a 10-day COVID quarantine or something if you test positive. So I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, I don't know either. So I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Either way, we got a team to kick the butts out of on Saturday.
Absolutely.
Who steps on the field?
I can't wait. Can't wait.
Yep.
Well, listen, I got to roll. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you for making my Thursday night that much better. And rock and roll. Go, Pack, go.
Just a suggestion. We'll chat next week when the Packers win.
Yeah, next Thursday, same time, same bet, place.
Yeah, and just a suggestion, because once you do things, you get a feel for how it should go. And I think it's, at least in my case, vitally important that for the future happy hours, so that you don't have to get up and leave to get another beer, you bring a cooler with you to the desk.
Oh,
Not a bad
smart.
idea.
Good
It's,
move.
That's real smart.
It's like, goodness gracious, I've been sitting here with an empty beer for half an hour.
I know.
It's
I got.
killing me.
Yeah, I ran out like halfway through, and I was
Me
just
too.
like, oh
Me too.
no.
I know. I'm drinking Tito's and ginger ale. That's how I'm.
Oh,
Thursday.
daddy.
So,
Smart man. I can't do the hard liquor as much. Gin or nothing else.
oof. I got kids, man. Those hangovers just last forever. All right, guys.
That's why I'm just beer guy. All beer all the time.
All
Yeah,
right.
me too.
Enjoy your weekends. We'll talk, and let's plan on it next Thursday.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
All right, Eric, I'll see you in the
back
morning.
All
Great
right.
seeing you.
See you, Sean.
I'll send that. Make sure you tag me in the link, and I'll send it around Twitter.
Rock and roll, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
See you
Appreciate
next
it,
week.
guys.